But where do you put the Dawn then?
4, maybe even 1. You put the Dawn 1.
I haven't seen DJ play Dawnbreaker in a while, or at all.
Have you seen DJ play Nyx? It could be a Nyx Mirana lane.
I have played DJ play Nyx.
10 seconds to
That's it. You know, it's not out of the question.
ban.
I would love to see a core Mirana though. It's not 100% certain, but it's a good way to deal with the Tombstone overall.
Yeah, Tombstone hero for sure. Rubik, kind of okay. The Tusk is a core now with this this Rubik pick. I don't think they want to play a core Rubik into a lineup like that unless you have very bulky heroes who are capable of living like very long engagements. Because Rubik also needs time to steal the right spells. If your heroes are dying right away, you don't get much benefit out of this as a core. So I would say that's a support Enchantress Rubik, maybe a offlane Undying mid Tusk, and a Lilgun just missing a carry out of this draft.
I mean, in Southeast Asia, we have seen carry Undyings. 423 strikes me as the guy who would be able to pull it off. So not out of the question completely.
Could be.
I doubt we're gonna see a core Enchantress though. That is a possibility too. It is out there. Catching her isn't the easiest thing. I guess Lash is still somewhat of a counter, so you probably wouldn't want to do it, but it can be used. And the damage output is actually quite high, good enough to kill the Lash before he actually gets to you if you have the right items.
TB Lifestealer. Wonder what they still want to get rid of here. Pudge is in the pool. There's... I don't think they necessarily want to Pudge. Maybe Lilgun could, but I don't think Fnatic necessarily want to take that route. It's really down to this Mirana. Where they want to play this Mirana. Is it going to end up being a core in the end? Or are they leaving it as the support? Because that would leave... I'm trying to look at the heroes that are actually still in the pool that Gabby has played. That's the Shadow Fiend, Faceless Void, and I think the Monkey King. I think the Monkey King feels more stable out of all those.
Yeah. SF would be okay as well. I wouldn't mind it. The problem I would have with the SF is the Tusk. So until you get some tanky items or possibly even just straight up BKB, your life could easily be taken. But Monkey King makes solid sense, especially when you have a Lash in your team.
All right, Fnatic, reveal your cards. What do you want to go for? They banned the Arc Warden. They don't get the TA through. TA could have actually been pretty interesting. French, Rubik both hate this hero. They go for the Shadow Fiend. Okay.
If you keep tabs on the Tusk, really the other 3 don't have any chances of killing you. You'll always get the Requiem off, and then it's just easy TP away or run away. It doesn't really matter. Plus, you have a lot of attack speed, so dealing with the Tombstone isn't that hard. And you're gonna have the Dawnbreaker for the extra heals, plus the Nyx Assassin and the Mirana for the extra vision. So I'm okay with this one. It's actually a decent pick.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent pick, yeah. I think everybody benefits from an SF in your team, especially with the lineup that they have. Dawnbreaker even gets even more damage out as a core if this SF ends up being a carry because of the physical damage builds that you go for. The priority on your aura, your presence of the Dark Lord, able to benefit buildings.
Oh, imagine this. You pick a Drow if you're Lilgun, and you put the Enchantress in the core role. So you would have like Enchantress, Tusk, and the Drow cores, and then the Enchantress would benefit a lot from the aura.
I like the theory craft, but I hate Enchantress core. It's shit. It's just it is horrible as hell. So I cannot fully buy your theory here. I like the theory craft, but it's utter garbage as a core. I've not seen a single good Enchantress core game in like the last year. I'm gonna go for Primal Beast, and that's gonna fill out our drafts for the game. 11 for the offlane, and it's a 4-2-3 Enchantress. Prove me wrong, brother. Prove me wrong here, please. I'm begging you.
Proving Panda wrong? It's actually good lane for the Enchantress, given that it's an Enchantress Undying. Or is it actually you're laning against Dawnbreaker? I'm gonna say Jonuel gets sent to the offlane as well. There's no reason to lane the Dawnbreaker Nyx Assassin when you have a Mirana on your team and you can put the Nyx with the Shadow Fiend. So yeah, for me this is really weird for Lilgun. I'm actually not sure how it works out. It's a core Enchantress, a position 1 Enchantress, and you're up against the Lesh. He just runs in your face and you're straight up dead.
Okay. So I like Fnatic's draft. I like the heroes that they're playing. I like the Dawnbreaker with the SF. I like how Lesh, Nyx goes together. Lesh, Shadow Fiend go nicely together. Good synergy. Very good synergy in this team. But what are the perks of Lilgun here? Talk to me about this Lilgun draft. What are the benefits of it?
Wait. I need a couple of seconds.
Go ahead.
One is
go
they
ahead.
have really strong lanes. Their mid laner is very good at rotating. They are not too afraid to lose towers, so playing against the Lesh isn't that big of a deal. So I guess full-on aggression and full-on fight for Lilgun is gonna be the play here. You do well in the lanes. The Tusk just rotates from one side lane to another, and you're hunting for kills. I think that's kind of the idea behind their draft. How did they get the win? Well, you need to just get way too many kills. I'm not sure Fnatic is gonna allow it, but I think that's what Lilgun are gonna be gunning for.
Well, that's one way to look at it. A win condition. Just keep killing your opponents is one way to do it. Fnatic versus Lilgun here at our first game of the second series. Both teams smoked up, and a clash might happen. Say standing in for Kishka here for Lilgun. Let's see what he can pull off. Lilgun had a bit of a rocky start for their tournament run. They definitely haven't enjoyed themselves too much. They have a lot of ties, just like Neon Atomic. And Neon Atomic just took a 2-0 against Purple Paradox. Oh, we look at Fnatic. 5-1.
Are you okay?
Only one map loss, and they're going to run in. Stun connecting. 4-2-3. The core Enchantress in trouble into the Lesh stun. One down, maybe two. Shards blocking your escape. Right clicks coming through. Gabby double kill for the SF.
Guy telling say you couldn't save your core, now you die as well. I mean, not like the if he didn't get blocked in it would have changed something, but at least you know, he had to run and face his opponents straight on. Of course, not going to be working out. So great start for Lilgun overall. They might even get
Fnatic
more.
might get a third here. Yep, they're going to get a third. Gabby, Januel. Januel will take this one on the Mirana. Gabby already started off with a double kill for himself, so yeah, that's a start for a game.
A solid one, you know, not the best. You only got 3 kills.
What's better than 3 kills? Okay, full on team wipe, I guess.
That wasn't a hard question, Panda. Yeah. How many runes did Fnatic get? That's also a big thing. They got 2. Okay.
2 out of 4. 50% for that. Armel versus Ikigai in this mid lane matchup with the Tusk versus Lesh. Lesh should be completely fine with it. Tusk, bit of battling out. Ikigai has been, I think he's been a bit, I would say, a little inconsistent in these mid matchups. Sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses, and a couple mistakes here and there. So I think during the downtime, maybe he's perfected his mid game a little bit. Armel is going to be a very tough opponent.
Yep, one of the toughest in the region for sure. I mean, Lilgun in overall have been pretty inconsistent, you know, and it's pretty much since their team got together, inconsistency has been part of their gameplay. Sometimes they do well against tier 1 teams, and other times they just lose against tier 2, tier 3 teams. So it's not really something that we should be looking at.
I have a term for that. I actually have a term for that. It's called Bobsistent.
Are you okay?
Can you explain the term?
Bob's consistency.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. True. Yeah, they either crush their opponents or they completely fall flat. Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, that is
good terminology. Panda.
That is your SEA mid players. It feels like there's only maybe 1 or 2 players who can pull off a consistent mid performance. That's Armel. Considered why he's one of the better ones is because he is consistent, but he's consistent in winning the lane. I don't think Armel has had too much trouble in his mid matchups of late. Maybe TI was a bit of a difficulty, but that was also the world's best teams. But inside the region, consistency is winning the whole time. Consistency is also losing all the time. But it feels like it's win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. That is also consistent. But if there's no clear pattern, and the matchups that you're playing up against, the ones you should win, you lose. The ones that you win, you should win. And you know where I'm getting at it. It's mathematics.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I understood everything that you said and wanted to say, as did all of the viewers, of course. And Ace is
welcome to Philosophy Sunday.
Yeah, gonna be understanding some pain there. I have to say, Ikigai, though, this time around, this is really bad against the Lesh. Tusk needs to be even with the Lesh. I don't think I've ever seen a Lesh just completely destroy a melee hero this way. Usually these melee heroes in the mid lane at least have it even against the Lesh. Maybe a couple of last hits here and there, but this is a big difference.
Gabby started off with that double kill at the start of the game. SF is off to a rocking start for the laning stage. 11 has to play from behind, even if they're tied in CS.
But 11 being level 3, now that is actually the timing to go for the SF. You could see that DJ understands. Usually you see mana burn level 2 on Nyx Assassin, but he understands that you need multiple stuns on the Primal Beast to allow the SF to move away. That's where the Rubik comes in, though. I still think Gabby's life is pretty much in jeopardy here from Ace and 11.
You already see a big difference in CS in the mid lane. It's already 14 to 23 for the Leshrac in favor for him. But Gabby's in positioning in this top lane, like you said, very important. And now 11 sees his moment has arisen. Shadow Fiend comes a bit too close, but Gabby, he's got the mobility. He's already got the boots. Prioritized getting those budget boots to kick things off. Just to have that extra mobility to get back to safety. It does take some poke, but he doesn't take too much, so he's not forced out of the lane yet.
Lane positioning is very important for Fnatic in this top lane, where the lane equilibrium will be. You can see that Gabby kind of has the line that he's not going to be crossing to go for the creeps, because he understands it immediately misses that. You cannot run away from the Primal Beast if you're far away from the tower.
Now with bottom lane just being calm as it is.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Nothing special happening there. DJ already using the Carapace early. Is like, Ace wants to Fate Bolt this creep from me. He actually is able to sneak in that right click before the animation finishes. See, it goes down. AP with the kill. Tombstone. Did they get the last hit? I didn't actually see if that was denied by 423 or not.
I think it wasn't.
I didn't see a gold and I didn't see a question mark, so I was like, did it get denied or not? But it also expired just in time. Enchantress in trouble. KP and Januel not enough to break through the Nature's attendance. The heal is a bit too strong, and they will take down Gabby. As soon as the Nyx Assassin is missing in the lane, he's pulling. 11 and Ace, they see their time has arisen.
There's this line here, literally, where the path is through the trees, the first one from the tower, that if you cross that one as an SF, it's go time for Lilgun. And this time around, they were right on point.
We need to see more hairy drawings on the ground.
Wait, if I can do it. Yeah, I can.
Yes, you can. You just can't draw on the mini-map anymore, which is kind of sad, because those used to be the easy ones when you're like, hey, you see this ward on this part of the map right here? You draw a big-ass circle there, and he's like, all right, yeah, I see what you're talking about. Now you actually have to go there and look at the ground. It's like, yeah, we're looking at the wrong place.
Like, do you see what I'm drawing, Panda? No. Now?
Nope.
No. A
Nope.
little bit to the left, please.
Nope.
Just very, very tough.
Cryptic.
Fnatic, though,
Drawings.
they had a very good start to the laning phase. Still, that SF dying actually changes things quite a lot. It puts some strain onto Gabby about where and how he can move every single time, and especially to DJ. DJ, who would love to always go for these pulls, just can't do it all the time, especially when the Rubik is there. But while the Rubik is missing, you get the lane equilibrium where you need it, and then you just continue laning the same way you did for the past 6 minutes.
Yep. So what are we really looking at here? Mainly the Enchantress. Talk to me about this core Enchantress. What makes it so good this game? Convince me.
I need to convince you. Okay, so I'm selling the core enchantress here. The thing is, you get very good range, and you're trying to do constant amounts of heavy damage into the Lesh. You don't want to allow him
wow.
to run in. That's why it's so amazing.
Oh, is that your sales speech? Okay, I was getting excited, but it kind of ended. C taken down by Armel with a rotation to bottom. I was about to ask you more in-depth questions about what kind of yearly revenue do you create with this this Enchantress core? Meanwhile, in the top lane, DJ, no longer the DJ they were looking for. Put the record on. Ikigai getting hammered by KP. KP could just use one more right click, but he's going to get Walrus punched, and Gabby snatches in between. Thanks to that, Hero standing still for a bit, gets close enough for another projectile to fly in. 6 kills
And-
now for Fnatic in total.
And that's without the Solar Guardian. KP now has it, so he can assist Taramel. Very nice movement from Fnatic. They sent help towards the top lane from KP, who was in the mid lane, and they sent this Lesh towards the bottom lane. As soon as the Enchantress is closing in on level 6, you're like, okay, the Dawnbreaker isn't going to be doing much in that lane, but the Lesh sure as hell will. So even without the Diabolic Edict, Taramel wants to stay on the bottom lane, and he knows that the Dawnbreaker can assist anytime.
And SC, or C, going down in the bot lane. 11 still TPing in, and so is the Tusk as well. See what they can do here with Ikigai coming in as well with the trample on 2. Heal coming out. It's not going to be enough. KP gets the stun on 2, but damage is limited. And they might just end up losing the Dawnbreaker here. 4-2-3, sneaking in between, looking for the Impetus Spear. Dawnbreaker juking into the trees. KP trying to roll it around. It will get connected, and it will be taken down by Ace. Full rotation towards the bottom lane to secure the kills. Big ones too.
Misplaced confidence from Armel for sure. He thought he could go very aggressively on that tower, that the enemies aren't going to respond. But Lilgun, they see an opening and they just react on it. The main thing was also that the tower was attacking the Lesh, getting him a little bit lower. And then he dies before the Dawnbreaker heals can kick in. If the Lesh does survive there, the damage is more than sufficient to destroy both the Tusk and the Primal Beast, despite them being tanky. But the thing is, the once the Lesh died, the fight was just over for Fnatic.
Tusk is also moving back towards mid lane as 11 and Ace both been sharing some experience for themselves. Rubik would love to get that level 6 as soon as possible. They do have Pulverize available on the Primal Beast. His jaw is having a bit of a... well, I don't know if this guy is having some kind of seizure here. There we go.
He's just hungry.
Now it's normalized again. Okay. It was glitching like mad for a moment there.
I was trying to see if it was on my screen as well, and yeah, I had no idea what you were talking about overall. But still, no, there is a pause. We had quite a lot of those in the previous series, but now it's not gonna last for long, luckily. So we're back in action.
Luckily so. 11 kills in 9 minutes. Good pace to start the game off here. There is an Aghanims build up coming up for the Enchantress. The good old Sproik. Nice buffs.
That's an interesting one that he's immediately going for it. I expected maybe a Dragon Lance, maybe a Witchblade to come out for the Ench, but decides to immediately go for that one.
I guess they're playing on a timer and they want to benefit from that early damage as soon as possible.
Makes sense. It is AoE damage.
Yeah.
No, though.
AoE burst with Impetus. You've got Rubik with Fateful. You've got the Tusk combos with a lot of burst damage. I guess you just want to get the best of it.
Also, it's a 4-second cooldown, kind of a Force Staff spell. So Force Staff in itself, 20-second cooldown against the Lesh, not gonna work out.
Yeah. Armel versus Ace. Ace will live. A lot of damage dealt by Armel. Arrow flies out onto 4-2-3. Janual leaps away. He's being
He wanted the siege creep.
surrounded from every direction, basically. Yeah, he wanted to get that catapult out the way, but the tower's already gone, so nothing can do about it now. DJ stalking in mid. He wants Armel with him. Ace just needs to... he just needs to get... I think it's somewhere over here. Like, You cross that line on Rubik, and Nyx goes in. They actually have a sentry here. They're going to see this guy walk in, and he's going to get the Vendetta. Doesn't get the stun off, though. Lift comes out. KP, though, interrupted stun as well with the stolen Carapace, but it doesn't matter. Tombstone going to get nuked down as well. Armel will get the last hit for it. 11, charging in with the onslaught, but not getting much done here. Two-man stun. Beautiful. Coming in with this again with KP. Throws in the hammer, burns them down a little bit. Armel going to get snowballed as well. Dawnbreaker ulti, landing on top of Ikigai, getting the stun out. 4-2-3 is going to be joining the fray as well. But Dawnbreaker in trouble. KP has to give his life away. They will use the trample. Tumbler toy into the pulverize. Nice combo onto the Lesh. Lesh dropping low. 80 HP. Does get the stun out, but DJ all by himself. And here comes Ace as well. Snowball with 3. That's a big amount of damage. And DJ, you're taken down as well.
Yep, Fnatic, again, overextending. Though the thing is, in this game, Lilgun should be the ones forcing Fnatic to use their spells, and then Fnatic can go for plays like this. Even, it's lucky for Lilgun that the Lesh pretty much doesn't have any points in Diabolic Edict. He's gonna have it now, so their mid tower isn't taking damage. But if this is how it continues, you're just gonna be consistently losing towers, and at some point, the SF will come and rip you all apart.
Well, they're going to rip the SF apart because there's backup coming in. Pulverize comes in, and the Tumbler toy with one more Pulverize. Sorry, not Pulverize, a Trample stack. But it doesn't quite finish off the SF, so Gabby gets away. But he was already moving out, so the Primal Beast had to act. But that was a good attempt. They put 2 teleports for the attempted kill and didn't go too far away from it. He's still going for it. Gabby, oh, he's just too far away. He's not close enough. 11 will miss out on this one, and he might have just given his life away for this attempt. There's not enough mana on the Mirana, but soon, with the passive mana regen, a Starstorm will connect on the Primal Beast. He's going to onslaught again, looking for the teleport. Requiem, cancel. That is the fear that we're looking for. Januel does get the Starstorm out. Pulverize forced out. Gabby with the right click gets the kill. Meanwhile, Ace is down. And Say fighting against KP and DJ. But this Undying can't do anything here. Fnatic into a 2K lead.
They wanted the Rubik dead quite a lot there. That's why DJ and KP went for that one. The reasoning was Rubik finally got the Impale from the Nyx Assassin. That would have made a lot of difference inside of the fights, and you can't really allow him to have it. DJ has been doing his best to always use the Spike Carapace after a stun, but Ace was ready there in the bottom lane once this chase onto Gabby started. The chase started there on him. You use the Impale, it gets stolen, and then the chase continues, and the fight continues around the Rubik as well.
And now we should have the Aghanims coming up for 4-2-3. We gotta keep our eyes open for this Enchantress. What does 4-2-3 want to do? How does he want to position himself? Is he just going to continue farming, or is he going to be joining his team to constantly fight around the map?
I think now you position aggressively with the Enchantress, knowing that you can every time get out. If you're farming, you're gonna be farming in an aggressive position. Your enemy jungle, close to the danger, and have your teammates somewhere in the vicinity. Especially Se, you need the Undying always there. And then if you're able to disengage 2 times, it will create enough space for your teammates to come over.
All right, time to Sproink, I believe. There we go. It's the first hit onto KP. That's an alright poke for 47 mana. Mobility and damage. Sure.
And 4-second cooldown. That's one thing to keep in mind.
But Lesh has also just finished Bloodstone, so Armel now has a tool to actually extend.
I'm thinking Armel goes for the Blink next, and you just focus on the Enchantress. That's the constant output of damage of your enemies. If you get in, kill the Enchantress, you have the SF focus down the Tombstone, the fighting capability of Lilgun is just gone. That's why they need the Primal Beast and the Tusk to be the first ones to initiate.
Alright, I'm gonna ask for a favor. Chat, I have a mission for you. Just to get some benefit out of this Enchantress on 4-2-3. Every time 4-2-3 on the Enchantress scores a kill, you write Sproink with caps lock in chat, okay? So every time 4-2-3 scores a kill, you write Sproink. Let's make it a thing.
Yeah, we'll see if there are gonna be any Sproinks in the chat though, because for now he's not really doing that well in the kill department.
I mean, he's only starting the game. It's only 15 minutes in. Carries are farming. Well, Gabby might have been getting... he got half of his kills before the game started. So, we're going to see some action from these heroes in a bit. Especially with all this activity in mid. Looking for that tower. DJ gets the stun onto a snowball retaliation from Ikigai. The Carapace already ran out, so that Walrus Punch will be undetected there. Mirana gets hammered down. Januel goes down. We have KP joining in the fight. And here comes 4-2-3, throwing in those Sproink spears. Armel takes a lot of damage from that as well. It really hurts, and maybe enough for a kill. Sproink, number 1. Let's go, chat. That will be 1 for 4-2-3. DJ on the run, another. That's going to be a second. Sproink going straight for 4-2-3. Powerful.
You can't do it with such a manly voice. It has to be like
Sproink.
nice and girly. Sproink, yeah, that's much better.
Can you do it?
I just did it. Sproink.
No, you didn't. That was a manly voice.
Huh? Yeah, because I'm too manly. I just can't stop all of this testosterone coming out. But yeah, I'm gonna do my best.
Give me your Sproink voice.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage coming out from the Enchantress. Even though 43 wasn't the there at the start of the fight, it's not like they went in on him and he just Sproinked out. He still held the high ground, and the damage output was insane. This is the thing, Armel got surprised. He's gonna go for the blink next though, so next time around it might be 4-3 who gets surprised.
You did your best.
Let's see if that is the case. We have a Mage Slayer on the way soon. That's actually quite handy with the Lishrak and the SF in the game. Talking about stalking, Ikigai will find the next assassin under the sentry ward. DJ will have information about vision here.
He saw the ledge there. He saw the ledge there for a second on the ward, and Ikigai might have been able to go for the next assassin, but he's like, nope, no, ledge is way too close.
Yeah, and he doesn't really do much damage either. Like, that's the kind of the problem with Tusk and that Walrus Punch before you finish off Desolator. He's only just got the Blink Dagger, enabling them to actually fight, but he's not that scary Tusk yet.
Prize is mine.
Lilgun need to use that blink, maybe not to jump the enemies, but put the Enchantress in front. If she gets stunned up, you have the snowball save, and then she gets out with the Sproink. I think it's possibly the best way for them to start out the fight, but I'm almost never seeing the Tusk and the Enchantress be close to each other up until now, though. This is where they get the blink and where they want to make moves.
All right, and it is going to be Tusk, Rubik, and the Undying. The rest of them following behind. Enchantress farming in the jungle. Gabby already loading up the Requiem. He's ready for this one. Fear on 1, 2, 3, and they know. Ace down, Ikigai down, Sei down. All the information, whatever they needed. And this ward has been pinged out. I love how Gabby is already in position with a Requiem. Not like standing around and farming stacked up. He's actually loading up a Requiem. Like, it can happen at any moment now.
And in a good position as well.
And in a
He
good
stood
position.
behind the tree, so no way for them to see him. Even if they see him canceling it out, it's going to be very, very tough to do.
It's a Sproink that does nothing right now. Armel, though, is going to get grabbed. 4-2-3, throwing in the spears. And another one. This Bombi is starting to rack up kills. You know what to do. They're chasing Januel. They're chasing DJ away. 11 with another onslaught available. Mirana, one more lead charge. Gonna have to save it for now. As the if you leap too early, you get hit by onslaught. Well, that's your problem.
The Lash this game cannot use the two-legged abomination line because it is actually the Enchantress that's killing him. So it's very hard for Armel to spam those. He has to go with have a little humility one, which is just not as good. But this is a big fight for Lilgun, especially because the tower will fall. Fnatic, again, every single time that they're losing fights is because they're overextending for no particular reason. But it's kind of the story for the both teams here. None of the teams just want to stand their ground and fight. They want to go in, and every single time they get punished.
Armel already blinking in with Bloodstone. With the Rubik here. KP charging in with the hammer thrown in. Ikigai turning around as well with the Walrus Punch. The stun will connect from the Split Earth. It's going to be a dead Rubik. Snowball on the sidelines onto DJ's next assassin. They've got KP coming in with her ult. Stunning 11. 11 going to get caught on the spot. Nowhere to go right now. Split Earth again onto the ground. Januel with a double kill. And Enchantress does do some damage, but not enough as the fight feels like it's already over.
The thing is that the gold lead is constantly increasing for Fnatic. Lilgun are not applying enough pressure on the map to stop Fnatic from farming, and the SF plus the Lesh are getting way too much. At some point, you won't be able to deal with them just because of the big difference.
do, and Dying gonna get caught easily here. Gabby charging into the front line and doesn't feel too immortal at this pace. 4-2-3, so about to clean out the back line, but the thing is that their front line is falling. One after the other. Charge coming out again, and Gabby right there. Requiem loaded up beautifully. Ikigai's gonna get caught by the arrow. That's gonna be both of them falling. And that is the end of the tale, basically, for Lilgun's team fight. And giving up Roche.
And the way that Gabby approached that high ground, he knew there was nothing that was going to stop him. He even used the force staff in.
Oh, it's a bit
Good
too early. Trample damage. He's got an empty inventory slot. Gabby snatches the Aegis as he finishes off Roche with the Pulverize. Big pull away into the stun from DJ. Well, valiant effort.
Yep, he did attempt there. It was almost perfect there. Just a couple of seconds too early, maybe even a fraction of a second too early. And now Fnatic, they've broken the game. The SF is way too strong for the Enchantress to deal with. Once he pops the BKB and the Mask of Madness, he can even right-click the Enchantress to death. And the Enchantress doesn't have a BKB, and once she does get it, there's still gonna be an Aegis, so very uncomfortable position.
Yeah, just a casual Undying found inside the jungle. Nothing they haven't seen before. 7-1-5 on Gabby with the Shadow Fiend. 14,000 net worth as well. Just continues to get bigger and bigger. Level 17. Presence aura affecting buildings. Every time they win a team fight, these buildings will melt. You've got Lesh and SF. So good luck.
Old double smoke. Fnatic now are gonna be so invisible that there's no way that their enemies are gonna spot them, and they immediately use the scan. It would be really bad if 423 dies once more before his BKB. It really changes the game a lot. You cannot play this game against an SF Requiem without your BKB. Against the Lesh, maybe you could survive. Against the SF, no chance.
4-2-3. Let's get some damage out onto Armel and Janual. Ikigai though. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. They get the slows on Janual. Snowball finally runs out. Tusk actually able to get the... Okay. Sniped. 11 charging in onto DJ. Has his BKB running as well. KP will miss out on the stun. Trample damage onto Janual out of the backline. You've got Armel charging on SC onto 4-2-3. He's back to full HP. A couple Sproink throws comes out as well, but it's just not gonna kill these heroes anymore. It worked fine 8 minutes ago. And now this feels like your only source of damage.
And she's not allowed to go for it until you get the BKB. You're in trouble of dying, and you're in trouble of getting feared from the SF, so you can't really commit on targets, and that is the big problem. Enchantress might be having a solid game, but none of the other heroes are, and you could say that maybe it is 423's fault for not really helping his team apply pressure, because without him, the Tusk, the Primal Beast, they couldn't get towards those kills.
Look at this tower fall. It's not going to take them too long. It's just Gabby right-clicking right now. Not even a Lesh. Lesh is just pushing in mid. Armel wants to make sure they get another tier 2 tower with this Aegis.
Very good approach from Armel. When the draft started, the only concern I had about Fnatic's draft is that both the SF and the Lesh might be a bit too greedy and they're going to be taking each other's farm. But Armel completely takes the role, I'm going to die. I'm going to force people to TP on me. I'm going to force them to fight me. And that allowed Gabby to get to this point where he's so strong. And he's just the one moving forward, allowing Armel then to find the right places to jump in and finish off the fights the way he wants.
13k lead for Fnatic, 25 minutes in. They're going to find Ikigai. Goes for the blink, and Armel blinks right behind him. You think you can escape me? I'm the disco pony. Here comes the Sproink throws again. Armel drops low, gets lifted into the air. KP with the heals. 4-2-3, he will clean him out. Janual on the side. KP and actually Gabby kind of in trouble here. He might lose his Aegis. 4-2-3 just wants to keep dealing out damage, but Gabby continues. Nice stun from DJ. On to 11. 11 is gone with the Requiem. And the Fear also connecting onto the backline. Enchantress disarmed. Can't do anything. The stuns from the Starbreaker do connect on 4-3. And he's just in melee range. KP, all he needs to do is just stand there. Sig goes down. DJ with another stun. And that's the end. Bambi's legs are broken, torn apart, thrown into 4 different corners of the world. We'll be back in 40 seconds.
That's really dark, Panda. You struck me as a guy who loves life. But yeah, nice re-engage here for Ikigai.
Yep. Get something done here. Lift on Gabby. just to keep pace alive. Yeah, that was that.
Really good items from KP. He understood what the only danger was currently in the game. It was the Enchantress. He builds a Heaven's Halberd, 5-second disarm, then he just walks next to the Enchantress and the damage is nowhere to be found. Also, Enchantress is heavily afraid of the Starbreaker damage. It almost kills her. We'll have a BKB now. It does change things a bit, but the thing is her courier died, so we'll have to wait another minute and a half.
Yeah. I think the big thing is when you're looking at this fight recap is Enchantress is doing roughly 34% of the... It did 9,999 damage. So he's doing about 34% of the total damage dealt in the team. When on the other side, you have Shadow Fiend almost doing half, something 45%, followed up by the Dawnbreaker. Every other damage source is being split between... Well, Armel didn't get much done in that fight because he was fully focused. But when you look at the maths, it's like you have one damage source versus 3 damage sources on the other side. So, if this Enchantress dies, you don't have a fight anymore. He is in trouble. There's a Wraith Pack bullying as well. You're sproinking, but there's no projectiles flying out because they're disarmed. 11 has to cancel the onslaught as well, but Ench is difficult to kill. A lot of healing.
There's a lot of HP as well with the Mage Slayer. You have some magic resistance as well, so not an easy hero to bring down. I still think 4-3, he should be kind of the frontliner, the one that everything is revolving around, and then just jumping out when the enemies do commit forward. Yeah.
Oh, Carapace stun into the arrow. Oh, that sucks. You're gonna take down 11 though.
Primal Beast is supposed to be a tanky hero, right? It didn't look that way. They ripped him apart in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, not all dinosaurs were made to last. Sitting outside of their base. Fnatic with 4. 3 heroes on Lilgun. Difficult defense ahead. They're just getting too tanky on the side of Fnatic. If you had another damage-dealing hero alongside the Enchantress, I could see this draft work. But right now, it just feels like, not gonna lie, it feels like 4 supports and a core.
Yeah, and that core doesn't really match up with the core on the other side.
Yeah,
That is also one big issue, because if Gabby and 4-3 come into a fight, you know, 1 versus 1, mano to mano, it's gonna be Enchantress dying because Gabby is way too farmed.
Yeah. At least he can steal Gabby's CS.
Yeah, that's something. That's a start. I just think he should have been stealing it for the majority of the game. Obviously, it didn't happen, and Fnatic now they're pushing in all 3 of the lanes, which means that Lilgun don't have a play, and Fnatic are gonna know exactly where their enemies are.
Coming in from the side, SC down. 4-2-3 being initiated on DJ. Misses the stun, however. He is down to like 300 mana right now on the Enchantress, so that's not a lot to work with. Gonna have to back away.
I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised the Enchantress didn't just pop the BKB there. If the stun had connected, Enchantress was just dead. Rubik already used the lift, so there was no way he was going to be able to slow down the opponents. So I guess he saw that it was going to be off the mark, but you can never be sure. So I would have liked him to be a little bit more trigger happy on that BKB, even though it works out this time. Next time around, if he's waiting so much, he's just going to die.
Yeah, I think it might have to do with like player experience, because when you saw that fight that took place on the right side of the mid lane jungle, right over here when he was escaping, basically they weren't able to kill him with all the damage they had there, so I think he was feeling that, yeah, I should be fine.
How that works for him?
Allies disappear.
Bless you, Panda. And,
No, bless you.
Thank you.
Assassin, they're going to go for the stun onto the Primal Beast. But KP jumping in. Armel is a bit far away, but he's got a Blink Dagger available right now. Just looking for his target, who to go to. Actually, just going to stand and wait. Ikigai with 11. 2-3. Some hits in, but not that much. Ikigai's already down. He's just going to charge them. Chase them all the way inside the base. 4-2-3 springs onto the high ground. Bit of extra mobility for him, but they're losing members one by one. They're still all surviving. Even DJ is living. The tower is going to kill him. Okay, so even the tower is required. The 6th player for them to actually get some kills here. Ace does get hit by the stun from KP and 2 shot to death. And now can they get 4-2-3? They've been so close a couple times. No, they still can't go to it. And another disarm, so he can't even right-click.
It's not looking good. You cannot do anything to DSF. Even the impetuses aren't hurting DSF that much. He wants to go for a Moonshard. We'll never get to that point before his whole base is in shambles. Fnatic, I think, have won this game right now. The lead is way too big. Gabby is so strong that no one can challenge him. He isn't even popping the Satanic. Doesn't even need to.
And he is huge, for sure. And again, the Halberd just being a big nuisance for this Enchantress. If your only issue is being taking physical damage, then might as well just remove it from the equation completely. 4-2-3, able to get one. One quick Sproink kill there. Gabby is tanking several hits from 4-2-3, and this Ench is being a real bully. He won't be able to dodge the fear, and actually in trouble 11. Oh, what a huge heal from Satanic. It was about to drop there, but the Pulverize just like 0.1 seconds too late. The Satanic heal too much. Enchantress finally surrounded. RML comes in from the side. They've cleaned Lilgun and forced them to tap out.
I was like, have Lilgun had enough? I mean, it's too much in this game right now, and especially because you have the heroes you do, you needed the early game to go well. I mean, it's not like you got crushed super early in this game, but the gold lead was constantly improving for Fnatic, and you weren't stopping them. So the time did come when they just stood their ground, and there is nothing that the Enchantress can do. You could even see her standing in place, attacking DSF with impetuses, but the damage just not even close to enough.
Yeah, I'll stand by my words. I still think the Enchantress core is a bit ass. I mean, yeah, we could see some good potential out of it, but I'm still not a believer in this hero, especially if you're the only source of primary damage. I think you still need like a secondary core on the side of it. Say, if there weren't so many core bans from Fnatic's side, maybe Lilgun could have secured themselves, say, something like a TA or and someone who does the same job as 4-2-3 does. I think that's something that they needed.
Yeah, possibly, and also playing it in a different way. The Enchantress just completely focused on farming, and the hero doesn't do well in that department. So maybe some space creating. I guess you're scared of your carry dying over and over again, but then you shouldn't pick an Enchantress for him. Still, you know, solid performance from Fnatic. I think that's the main takeaway here. They understood exactly what they needed to do with every single one of their heroes. Their item choices were on point. No big mistakes, and just a clean game.
That's what you like to see. Hey, that's only game 1 for the series. We're going to take a tiny break and come back with game number 2 of Lilgun versus Fnatic.